Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we are going to discuss about one of the topic in Eco 1043, which is chapter 3, elasticity. First and foremost, elasticity is the sensitivity of quantity demand or supply of a commodity in response to the change in factors related to that commodity. Elasticity of demand and supply can be a useful tool for business to make crucial decisions like deciding the price of goods and services to maximize their profit. And for the scenario of this topic is Malaysia automobile manufacturers pricing strategy. So let's go to the first question.
So let's go to the first question, which is what is price elasticity of demand? So the answer is price elasticity of demand is the percentage change in quality demand relative to a one price. So I can give you an example. Imagine that you are ice cream lover, so that when the price of ice cream increase a little bit, so you can still buy it, but not as often. So if the price of ice cream increase too much, so that you will choose another dessert that is more cheaper. So that is price elasticity of demand in action. So we move to the next question, which is B. How will the 10% price reduction impact the demand for the sedan, considering the PET of 1.5? So you can see the graph besides me. So the answer is when the price decrease from P0 to P1, quantity of demand will increase from Q0 to Q1, which means more will buy from Maju Auto and total revenue will increase.
Okay, so now let's move to question 2. Okay, for question 2A, what is cross elasticity of demand? Cross elasticity of demand is calculated to determine the relationship of both products, whether they are complements or not, substitutes or not related at all. For example, we choose Coca-Cola and Pepsi. So if the price of Pepsi increase, then the demand for Coca-Cola will increase. This happens because when the Pepsi increase their price, people tend to choose Coca-Cola, which is the same product but more cheaper. So next, for the negative example, we choose sugar and coffee. So when the price of coffee increase, the demand for sugar will decrease. This happens because we will need to use sugar in our coffee. So if the price of our coffee increase, then people will not make purchase of sugar. So next, for the example not related at all, we choose bananas and shoes. So these both products will not affect each other demand or price. For example, if the bananas price increase, the demands of shoes will not affect it. So next, we move to question 2B. How does cross elasticity of demand of 0.8 between Maju Auto's sedan and a competitor's model affect Maju Auto's decision to reduce price? Okay, so when Maju Autos reduce their price, the price gap between competitor and Maju Auto become larger. So consumer will find that Maju Auto is way cheaper and be the best choice. In conclusion, Maju Auto sedan price decrease, quantity demand of competitors model also decrease. So basically, there are two company right here. We got Maju Autos and the competitors. So when Maju Autos decrease their price, the consumer will tends to buy from the Maju Autos because they got the lower price from the competitor. So that will be the fact that will affect the competitors company, because the consumer will tend to buy more to the Maju Auto than the competitors. So the competitors will lower their price too, to become competitive with their in the market. Thank you. So next we go to question 3.
Yes, let's move to question 3. For the question 3A, which is what is income elasticity of demand? The meaning of income elasticity of demand in our slide, which we give it to you, is the ratio of the percentage change in the quantity of demand for a commodity to the percentage change in income. Basically, the meaning of the income elasticity of demand is about to calculate to determine the type of the particular good, whether it is an essential good, normal good, luxury good, or inferior good. So the question for the question 3B, which is what does the income elasticity of demand YED of the 1.2 suggest about the impact of the 5% increase in consumer income on the demand for the maju auto sedan. The answer we give to you is when consumer income increase, quantity of demand for maju auto sedan will increase. This happen because consumer have more buy power to afford luxury good as a car. So to answer that question B, first we need to know about the degrees of responsiveness income elasticity of demand for maju auto sedan. For maju auto sedan, the income elasticity, the degrees is elastic income elasticity, because the income elasticity of demand for the maju auto sedan is 1.2, which is more than 0. So by we know the type of degrees of the company, we also know the type of the good, because when the income elasticity of demand is more than 0, it shows that company afford to buy luxury goods such as car. So there are curve that we need to know about these degrees, which is like this. Y is income and Q is quantity demand. When Y increase and Q increase, Y increase, Q also increase. So but for this degrees, and is Y increase, Q have more Q, which is quantity demand, have a more is more than is increase more than income. That's all.
For the last question, which is question 4, for the first question, what is price elasticity of supply? Or in the short term, PES. Price elasticity of supplies measures the degree of responsiveness of the quantity supplied for a particular goods with respect to a change in the price. More precisely, it is the percentage change in quantity supplied relative to a 1% change in price. For the last question, which is question B, how should Maju Auto take precautionary action with regard to potential problem with supply of cars, given a pace of 0.7 and the expected surges in demand? Explain your answer by using relevant graph. Based on the question, when Maju Auto decide to decrease their car's price by 10%, the quantity of supply also need to decrease to maximize their profit. As the graph shown, the movement from P0 to P1 represent the car price, while Q0 to Q1 represent the quantity of supply. Based on the degree of elasticity, which is 0.7, the type of elasticity is inelastic, because the degree of elasticity is between the 0 and 1. And because of that, a change in the price of the good causes a smaller percentage change in the quantity of supply, as you can see in the graph. And for the precautionary action that Maju Auto should take is increase quantity of supply to maximize sales, or increase price to maximize profit. In addition, elasticity is a very good tool in helping an organization organize their product and their price product to maximize their profit. So that's all from us. Thank you.